Drew, thank you. Funding for the universities of Wisconsin also seeing an increase today, reversing Republicans' request. Remember, they wanted to cut $87 million from the system.
This proposal would actually increase funding by over $250 million for operations and construction projects. It includes a library renovation at UW-Oshkosh. Samantha Cavalli continuing the team coverage. She's live in the Fox Valley newsroom with details. Samantha.
Right, Cammie and Chris, the tentative budget deal would allocate over $840 million to capital projects on UW campuses across the state. More than $137 million will go towards the demolition and repairs of the Polk Library, and the university could not be more excited. Eroded pipes, flooding issues, no air conditioning. It's a laundry list of repairs needed for the 63-year-old building. With more than 50% of its components in poor condition, this agreement could not have come at a better time.
I've taken the hard hat tour, which means crawling around in the underbelly and looking at the pipes and looking at what's going on. Again, to be honest, it's embarrassing.
To help showcase the library's need for renovation, a class at the university called Telling Stories for Fun, Profit, and World Peace used the power of storytelling to promote why the library is in need of renovations. State Senator Kristen Dassler-Alfheim, who has been at the forefront of this necessary funding, says this will help promote student recruitment and retention.
If you have a university that has to take off half of its square footage because of bursting pipes and mold, that's not a great way to increase attendance. And the bottom line is that is our job.
Renderings show the original library would be demolished and rebuilt. The addition would be renovated. The library would also be 30% smaller than the current one to help save on utility costs. Senator Dassler-Alfheim says, from a financial and economic standpoint, this funding is essential to the growth of the Fox Valley.
So that is an investment in all of us in the Fox Valley to ensure our kids have a great place to grow and learn, and our community has great opportunity of future talent in our employment pool as well.
Universities of Wisconsin President Jay Rothman also releasing a statement saying in part, quote, "For generations, Wisconsinites have invested in the UWs to provide affordable and accessible higher education. They should take great pride in what Wisconsin has built. With these new investments, the UWs can do more to provide the educational opportunities students deserve and parents expect," end quote. And right now, construction on the library is still in the design stages, but has a proposed opening date for sometime in 2028. Reporting in the Fox Valley Newsroom, Samantha Cavalli, Action 2 News.
Samantha, thanks.